What's up everyone, Tech Geek Josh here, and welcome to today's video. Today's video, we will be comparing the Motorola Moto G4 Play versus the Samsung Galaxy J3 6V. Let's get started. Alright, so let's get into it. The Motorola Moto G4 Play is on the left, and the Galaxy J3 V6 I already messed it up. My mistake. The Samsung Galaxy J3 6V. I was actually probably saying that in the first place. But yeah. Now you might be thinking to yourself, why would I compare the J3 against really any other phone? Well, the simple answer is that the J3 is still a pretty relevant and pretty good budget phone for 2017. So as you can see here, both of them are turned on. I do have my apps lined up yet again. I'm on the roll here. I don't normally do this for every video, but I'm starting to get the hang of, loading certain apps. Let me see, find the appropriate zoom. Alright, so as you can see, they're both turned on, so let's go ahead and turn them off. Already it looks like the J3 won, followed by the Moto G4 Play. Alright, now let's go ahead and pick them back up again and turn them on. In 3, 2, 1. And as you can see, this is the J3 6V. See right down there. Yes, it is a little scratched up and a little scuffed up. That's because it's been, in the case with my other phones, because I just don't use it, don't need to. And the new Verizon boot up screen is very nice compared to the old one. So there's that. And yeah, while this is doing its thing, I like to apologize for yesterday's video. In the end, you probably noticed that it was all messed up. Surprising enough, the J3 actually won. Very surprising. But yeah, the ending of yesterday's video didn't go as planned, and now the Moto is ready to be used. Not bad. Not bad. But yeah, I just made a mistake yesterday. Hello. I didn't know who that was. Probably like voicemail or something. Anyway, yeah, that ending of yesterday's video was totally messed up. My mistake. Hopefully I won't ever do that mistake again. Alright, so let's go ahead and start loading some apps. Now let's start with... Why isn't it connecting? Come on, G4, you're better than this. Whereas the J3 is already connected. It's been connected ever since it started up. What's the deal here? There we go. Alright, so now let's get started for real. Now, Pandora, on both of them, they are different versions. The one on the G4 is the real one from the Play Store, whereas the one on the J3 is the free version. So it's, the free, unlimited skips and whatnot. So let's go ahead and do it in 3, 2, 1. Anyway, there you go. I couldn't really tell a difference, but I think, by my understanding, the J3 won. And before I go any farther, I like to point out that the G4 has the on-screen buttons. The J3, as you can see, has off-screen buttons. Recent apps and back button, which is capacitive, and a physical clickable home button. Alright, now Snapchat. G4, the Galaxy is split second behind. Kick. J3 on that one. Instagram. I would say the G4 won that one because it loaded it first. J3 wasn't too far behind, and shout out to Detroit Board for being at the top of today's feed. YouTube, G4 won that one. J3 like about 2 seconds behind. Battery Doctor, G4 opened it up first, by the way. Looks like they both loaded it first, which is, well, at the same time I should say, so that's cool. Calculator. Let's try that again, because I couldn't really tell. Alright, G4. Settings. G4. So as you can see, the J3 is actually not that far behind from the Moto. So it still makes it a pretty relevant and pretty fast phone, actually. Messenger. G4. And Samsung's like, even getting to that screen, it's like 3 seconds behind. Let's just not wait for that. Play Store. I didn't tap. Oh, I did. Surprisingly, the J3 won that one. Moto, get on your game. The J3 won that one. Periscope. By the way, I just did a short scope right before I started this video, so there you go. Let's actually do that again. I just said there you go, and I didn't even look to see which one won. J3. Over here, go to my profile. Here's my profile. As always, on every single video that I make, my links for my social media will be down below in the description if you care to follow me. I was going to show you I just did a scope, but I just realized I deleted it. I now delete my scopes after I've done them. Occasionally. About 98% of the time I do. Let's go down here to the dock now. Phone. I'd say the J3 one because they bring up the dialer first, and as you can see, they have different UIs. Let's actually go to contacts. I forgot to put it in the dock. Contacts. J3. Now let's go to camera for capturing those moments in a jiffy, so let's see which one's faster. I would have to give that to the J3, so there's that. And as you can see, the J3 is already defaulted to the front-facing camera. It's actually a tough decision which interface I like more. So over here, there's your settings for the G4. G4, as you know, can record full 1080p front and rear, whereas the J3 only records 720, I think, in both front and rear. Yeah, there you go. And another cool thing about the Galaxy J3 is that you can double tap the home button in rapid succession to launch the camera, is what I thought. Hold on, I'm messing up here on camera. Yeah, it should be doing that, but it's just double tap the home button quickly and it's, oh, there you go. I was tapping it too fast. But there you go, that's a nice little feature for the J3 that I don't really like because I do accidentally, touch it more than once in rapid succession. And for both, you basically, well, the G4, you just tap the screen to focus, to take a picture. Galaxy, as you can see there, I'm not sure how fast the Galaxy is because, as you can see, I can't see how many pictures I'm taking or anything. The G4, you can see that animation. So they're both pretty fast. Now let's go to the front-facing camera. Come on, Moto. in the usual test. As you can see, the color difference. It looks like the J3 on the right is a lot more warmer, and I did not mean to do that. Apparently the J3 has the function to take a picture with your hand out, as you can see there, timer. So that's a cool feature. But yeah, I was just about to say, you can see how much warmer the color is on the J3, whereas the Moto looks more natural. Or maybe that's due to the fact that I have the same light right next to me. So anyway, there's the interfaces, and yeah, let's go back home. Let's actually go to Verizon Messages on both. I just realized they have the same basic apps because they're the same company. So in 3, 2, 1. I would have to give it to the J3 because it loaded it first. It seemed to load it first. So now let's go into the multitasking and see which one. Oh wait, no. Where am I for this video? Let's go to the usual Chrome and load up the usual site. Moto's loading it, whereas the J3 is loading Google. So let's start off at Google and then work our way to The Verge. Let's tap the status bar. Okay, there we go. In 3, 2, 1. Connected to the same network, by the way, just to let you know. So as you can see here, they're both loading. In terms of scrolling, they both have their hiccups, as you can see. And as you can see, I'm already at the bottom on the J3. Surprisingly, they both have 5-inch screens, so that's something to keep in mind. There you go. And they're both loaded. And now, in terms of scrolling, since they're loaded, they seem to be a lot smoother and a lot faster than they were when they loaded the page. I seem to be able to scroll faster on the J3. Anyway, there's the browser test. And now let's go and see how they do with multitasking. Pandora. Looks like the G4 won, whereas the J3 needed to reload. Snapchat. G4. Looks like multitasking with the J3 isn't its strong point. You see how much delay there is on Snapchat. It's not wanting to pull up. I keep mistakenly hitting the tripod. My apologies. Kick. G4. But the J3 wasn't too far behind, as you can see. Interesting. Instagram. Literally about the same time there. YouTube. G4. About 1.5 to 2 seconds on the J3. And as you can see, yes, they do have the same multitasking ability, or same multitasking look. Battery doctor. Moto. J3 needed to reload it. Calculator. Moto. Settings. Moto. Yeah, definitely the multitasking ability on the J3 is definitely not its strong point. Messenger. See, you can see apps tend to reload constantly. G4 won that one, by the way. Play Store. G4. Did not intend to rhyme. Periscope. And I don't know how well you can tell on camera, but I can certainly see it on my end, on my screen, but you can see the color difference between these displays, which is very, very odd. If I'm not mistaken, the J3 does have a Super AMOLED screen. So next is phone. The J3 won that one. Contacts, J3. Little apps is what it can handle apparently. Camera, both had to reload, and the J3 defaulted to the front camera. So I would have to say that one's the same. Message Plus for Verizon, G4. Chrome is the last one, so let's see which one wins this one. Looks like they both have to reload, so nothing special. G4 has the content on screen first, and then a couple seconds behind is the J3. Both scroll about the same there. And now you do have clear all options on both of these phones. You can see down here, rather thin close all button. You tap that, and the same 3 lines on down here on the Moto, and just like so, they're cleared. But yeah, you can't go wrong with either of these, even though in my opinion you should probably pick up the Moto instead, because as you can see, it's able to like keep apps open the longest, or is able to hold apps open the longest. Performance is like a lot smoother as well. Not saying that the J3 is laggy in any way. Heck no. As you can see here, just scrolling, it's definitely not laggy. Anyway, these are for the same carrier before I go any farther. So, and you should be able to pick up the G4 for as low as $34. Yes, I said $34, which is how much I got mine for at Family Dollar. And you can pick the J3 up from like stores like Walmart and Target for around $100. So massive price difference there. So it's all up to you. Which phone do you rather have, or which phone do you rather you use as a daily driver? Or which phone do you prefer as a daily driver? Definitely be sure to let me know down in the comment section below. That's going to do for me in this video, and I'll see you again in the next one.